So as you probably heard, when we did this initiative with Krista's, the main goal was just partnerships, you know? I like to say that Shreveport-Bossier has a lot of amazing things happening, but everybody do them on their own silos. Nobody is in collective collaboration. Everything is on the same day, and next weekend is absolutely nothing. So you just kind of like, okay, where's the camaraderie at? And so we set out to bring the businesses, churches, and organizations to a table so that we can say, what do you do, but what can we do together? How can we support one another? And like I said, being almost 4 years in, it has been very, very successful. It was always a toy of, are we just here to network, or are we here to really bring something together to do, right? And as of today, we're just really there to network. Now, where we're going in 2025 is why these strategy sessions was important to me. And several people have already offered me their feedback because they couldn't make it. But I'm very open and have been clear from day one that it's such a team sport. Like, community renewal just so happens to be leading the charge, and I just so happen to be the facilitator of that charge. But other than, it's a team sport. And so we've thought about how can we really enhance the involvement of businesses and the churches. Like I say, organizations, we're strong and we're solid there. We've even toyed with 2 other entities in the city that one is strong in their relationship that they build with businesses while others with the churches. So do we just hold the organizations and bring the others apart for the businesses and the churches? So we've definitely thought through that, which we've come to the understanding that we are going to do something with those 2 entities at least quarterly. So we are going to do that. But looking at it from the circle of caring perspective, and as you see within that survey, again, I know you've only been, in your involvement, not just through the circle of caring, but just in the within community renewal as well. What has been your experience? And so I'll just pause for a second for you to complete that. And the goal is to always get feedback from everybody pertaining to where we're going next year. Now, just for the sake of time, some of the things that I've thought about and would love your feedback. If you have any, I know you have a meeting that you have to tend to, but any thoughts that you may have, like one of the things I know we're looking to do is some virtual. Offer the hybrid this year, because a lot of people, has kind of been spoiled pertaining to, they're the same things, Ms. Pam, if they're on top of each other, they're the same. It is a hybrid option, because we've been spoiled now where we can kind of book if we got Zooms and alternatives versus us expecting to be in a certain place, So having that hybrid option, also offering some more evening mixers. We do evening mixers, but offering more of those this year is going to be something that I'm focusing on as well. But I'll email you the app so you can go in and set up the app. Now, what I'm gonna ask you to do is do 2 profiles, if you will.
Okay.
Set up one for yourself personally, and once you see it, it almost starts as like a Facebook. I like to refer to it like a Facebook, because you can post flyers, you can post events on there, it's a calendar, you can put your request in there.
Okay.
But then also, if you can do a profile for Christmas. Okay, so 2 profiles so that we can link it. And the mission behind this is to have it's called the Common Agency app, but we want to take all of these resources and be able to go in and search for who can help with helping choose primary care physicians.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Chris's can do that. Aaliyah over at, and so that is what this system serves the purpose as.
Okay.
So there's going to be questions in there that we've actually need to adjust a bit this year pertaining to the questions. But we're really going to push that app this year because the mission behind it is not just to have a resource for where can we refer people to, but this community calendar. The community calendar is really what we're after in that sense. So, excuse me, that's the gist of that. Did you have any questions regarding the survey side of it though?
No.
Okay.
No questions. I left number 13 open because I honestly don't know.
Because if you don't and haven't been consistent or so some of them wouldn't have applied to you. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I don't have any questions.
Okay. I so appreciate you coming.
Of course, yeah. I enjoyed the last one. So I wanted to make it a point to come.
And I think it's going to be for your room and volunteer opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's great.
That's going to be a great room for you there.
Yeah. So yeah.
Now let me ask you, in your role as well, if let's say an organization is looking for volunteers, of course they'll contact you. And how many volunteers, how many is a list of volunteers that you can pull together?
From Christus? Just depends.
Okay.
It really just depends on the time. If it's if we're short staffed, if it's a really busy time, or if we're fully staffed and it's still busy, then it's easier for us to still get a list of people because it's fully staffed. So it really just depends on the staffing. So it's different every time.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
And then outside of volunteers, you want to be able to identify partnerships or events. Tell me one more time about that. As far as what I could be looking for you.
Yeah, so any type of paint, I think it's Paint Your Heart Out, that thing that the city does. That's something that we would love to be a part of. Any walks for certain walk for Alzheimer's, walk for heart health, which we've been involved in, but anything like that, we would love to do. We have also done we've partnered with this organization called Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Have you heard of them? So it's called Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and they build beds for kids. So for kids who don't have enough beds maybe in their home, they might be split in a room and they may be both sleeping on the full size bed, they build bunk beds or 2 twin beds, and really nice beds. And so we typically do it in April. We did it last April, and we ask for outside people, just anybody, to come and volunteer and build the beds. The organization sets it up smooth, so it's not they do the hard work pretty much. We do the easy parts. But it was really good. We had
and that was in Shreveport?
We had about 50 people come out, and we built about 50 beds.
Wow.
Yep. And they take those beds and they have a list of, families and stuff. So look up that organization. It was a pretty good organization. They were very nice, very organized. They were good people. So that's the type of stuff, if it's an organization we can partner with.
I love that. Good to know.
Yep.
Okay. And we'll get the survey out.
Yeah, and the survey is great because basically whatever, we do these focus groups. Outside of that survey, we're going to also do focus groups. And whatever we feel is consistent among those focus groups, the topics that are consistent, those are the things that we focus on for the next 3 years. So if heart health, homelessness, food insecurity, and children's health, if those are 4 things that are consistent in those focus groups, those are the 4 things that we're going to target the most.
That makes sense.
So we're gonna give money to those organizations the most. We're gonna,
right,
we're
absolutely.
gonna volunteer with those the most.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I
so
love that.
that's kind of how the assessment goes for us, and it's really from what I have seen so far, it's really been great. It's super organized, and so
Okay.
yeah.
I love that.
So yeah, pretty much everything we do right now is dealing with our whatever we came up with from our assessment the last time they did it.
Okay.
So
And I think they do them every,
it's every 3 years.
that's what I thought, every 3.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yep. It was technically every 4 years, but we start a year in advance, so every 3 years. But yeah.
Because I was on Goodwill side of it.
Yes.
When I did it before.
Yep.
Mhm.
Goodwill is usually on that list to come. So yeah.
I love it. Okay. So I'll make sure, and December 17th.
It's the deadline for the surveys, yeah.
So I'm going to say December 15th.
Yep, and just get it out to more
To really
people.
push, yeah. 'cause
Even
I
your
wanna
family,
really, yeah.
take it to, Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Your family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm going to take it to my family, but yeah.
Okay. And is this survey restricted to this area? Or is it?
I think anybody in Shreveport, Bossier, and those smaller Mansfield,
Okay.
Keyville, because we get a lot of patients from those areas too, because there's nothing there.
Absolutely.
So
my
it doesn't.
mom works over Mansfield, so yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely doesn't. As long as it's not like
Michigan.
yeah,
Right,
like
okay.
something far. But if it's definitely within the mile radius, they could be a part of Krista's patients area, whatever. Yes.
Okay, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like it's been ideal on our reach on where I can push that out. Okay. Because like I said, my mom is in Mansfield, so and she's hands-on with clients every day.
Yeah.
So to be able to have them fill that out, that would be beneficial.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate you.
Of course, I thank you for organizing this.
Absolutely. And we got a couple more, and what I'm going to do behind these is I'm going to send out, because we have BIPSI students that's going to be working with us this year as well. So we're going to take the results from these. This was our lightest one on RSVPs. But we're going to take
Probably because of the holidays.
yeah, and I knew that's why we wasn't going to meet November, December, having done it for 3 years, because the holidays get so busy during this time. So I knew, but the strategy sessions, I wanted them to be intimate.
Yeah.
And so, but we're going to take what we gather from these and build out our game plan for 2025, outline our calendar, and continue to push that survey, Krista's survey, and the app, which I'll send you, so that we can get that rolling. Excuse me, and the schedule moving on that. So, okay.
Well, thank y'all.
Thank you so much. I'll walk you out.
Okay.